Certain people believe that a cure for cancer has already been found but is being kept a secret by Big Pharma or the government or both. The primary reason behind this conspiracy originates from the idea that it is more profitable for a pharmaceutical company to force cancer patients to buy an expensive drug for the rest of their lives than it is to just cure them with one of those.
Specimen Z is a cure for cancer.
Hold it right there.
Carter, you've discovered the holy grail of modern medicine. Why the hell would you keep it buried like this?
I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way?
What? That's insane!
So let's delve deeper into this enigma. First, let's understand cancer. Cancer is an umbrella term. It is a collection of over 100 distinct diseases that aren't usually named for the tissue or organ that the cancer originates from, hence prostate cancer, breast cancer, etc. Cancer cells differ from normal cells particularly in three things. Okay, so they lose their ability to control their division rate, they lose their specialized cell function in the body, and thirdly, many cancers hide from the immune system by pretending to be normal cells, so hence they stay there and then they can potentially spread later on. Those are what's common between cancers, but individual cancers are actually pretty distinct from each other when you look at them into detail. So for example, how a breast cancer cell becomes cancerous compared to a leukemia cell and what fuels their malignant rampage are actually pretty different. This brings me to my first point. It is practically impossible to create a universal cure for all cancers. There are so many different types of cancers and they operate so distinctly that you cannot hit all birds with one stone. To exemplify how much cancers differ, even in the same cancer, you have subtypes of that cancer which are treated with different drugs depending on that subtype. For example, leukemia subdivides into other types of leukemia, such as acute myeloid leukemia, chronic myeloid leukemia, acute promyelolytic leukemia, and despite all these being leukemia, they are treated with different drugs. And it is ineffective when you give one drug to another patient, even though they are all leukemia patients. So the current approach being taken in research is actually to diversify the amount of drugs available rather than try to aim for one universal cure. Bluntly put, you do not cure cancer. You try to cure individual cancers, and the aim is to increase the amount of cancers that can reach a cure rate close to 100%. At least that's the dream of cancer researchers such as myself. Now, regarding the big bad corporations trying to maximize their profits. Firstly, you have to keep in mind that to reach even subtle achievements in medicine requires hundreds of millions of euro being invested in research. Pharmaceutical companies follow what is called the blockbuster business model. This is when you invest a lot of money into creating something and then hope that that something would create enough profit to cover that original investment. It is counterproductive for a company to keep investing potentially billions into research on a disease that it has already found a cure for, but is keeping secret in this case. So even from a financial standpoint, it would make more sense to find the cure, sell the cure, and then make billions, sell the company and the rights for the drug, and retire a billionaire. Every time pharmaceutical companies invest hundreds of millions into ongoing research, they are risking a part of their capital hoping to achieve the next big hit. When finally the ultimate treatment is found, it wouldn't make sense to reinvest a lot of the profits into other research that then would yield inferior drugs compared to that ideal treatment. Additionally, given that pharmaceutical companies follow the blockbuster model, if you spend hundreds of millions into research and then you refuse selling the cure or the drug to keep it secret, you would end up with a lot of debt that would likely put the company into bankruptcy. On another point, lifelong treatments aren't really that practical. When patients stay on a drug for a very long period of time, it is only a matter of time until the cancer, in this case, would mutate slightly and would generate resistances to that drug. Hence, the patient would then need to be shifted on another drug. This gives room for competitors of the company that created the original drug, called the first generation drug, to create other drugs and medicines which would outperform that first drug. So by staying in the lifelong treatment business, you are only risking that equally capable competitors would then outperform you by creating a better drug than yours, okay? Because patients would slowly become resistant to your drug. Hence, you are many times fold more likely to make more money securely by selling an ultimate cure than to stay within the race against your equally capable competitors. So to summarize, cancer is an umbrella term. You do not try to cure cancer as a whole, but as individual cancers. And thirdly, it makes more financial sense to sell an ideal cure than to compete against other companies and also keep on investing more money in ongoing research when you have already found the ultimate cure. I'm Antonio, a cancer researcher at the University of Malta. See you on another episode of SciSolved.